war criminal Netanyahu.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is defending his country's planned military takeover of Gaza City.
In this video, family, we'll dive into the lies of Benjamin Netanyahu. We'll give Trump a grade across the board from an unaffiliated, unattached point of view, which is mine. And we'll break down why what Israel is doing in Gaza is similar to the ethnic cleansing of European Jews by Hitler, but done in a different way. The objective is still the same. It's the total cleansing of a specific group of individuals. Allow us to dive in and see what these individuals are actually talking about. Allow us to dive in.
Even as that plan faces growing international condemnation. Netanyahu spoke by phone with Donald Trump about his intention to expand the war. And according to the Prime Minister's office, he thanked the U.S. president for his, quote, steadfast support of Israel.
And this is the issue that I have with Donald Trump. He has become a rubber stamp for the genocide of a whole group of individuals. While he's made some great advancements here in America in order to correct a lot of the things that the Biden administration allowed to happen with the illegal immigration, with the selling off of America, to outsourcing everything in America to other countries who are adversarial to America and will eventually sink America if we don't bring those things back on shore. But he is a utter failure. I'm talking about Trump when it comes to being compromised by Israel and to back and fund a genocide of a whole nother people. He is disgusting when it comes to that. And he is giving Netanyahu the green light, and Netanyahu and that government of Israel couldn't do what they're doing without America's backing militarily and financially. So this is what we are looking at.
But the U.S. stands increasingly apart from allies, with more countries voicing their opposition to Israel's new war plan. Australia is the latest country to say it will recognize a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly in September. Still, Netanyahu shows no signs of backing down.
I don't want to prolong the war, I want to end the war. Given Hamas's refusal to lay down its arms, Israel has no choice but to finish the job and complete the defeat of Hamas.
This is the same individual who actually allowed Hamas to get funding in his opposition to the PLO, the Palestinian, I think, Authority, the PLO. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. But if you go back and do the research, Benjamin Netanyahu allowed for funds to come in to Hamas and their efforts to neutralize the PLO. Benjamin Netanyahu is a genocidal maniac. He is a propagandist, and he is an evil individual. He is to the Gazans and the Palestinians as was Hitler to the European Jews. He would like to exterminate every last one of them. And America is back in this garbage. And this is why I have such an issue with Donald Trump. He, just like every other president, save President Kennedy back in the 1960s, is a footstool for the goals and aspirations of Israel and Netanyahu. And this is disgusting. On our watch, our tax dollars are funding a genocide. And and individuals always love to come back what Israel has to. Yes, every individual has a right to defend themselves. Every country has a right to defend themselves. But what he has done has far exceeded defending themselves. He's killing men, women, and children. They're shooting children in the head who are coming to get food. They're starving children. They're starving women. They're starving men. These individuals are evil. And again, American taxpayer dollars is backing this nonsense. And you always hear these individuals holler about anti-Semitism. You can't criticize these devils for what they are doing without being called anti-Semitism. And then they'll throw it back and always claim, and I'm talking about the apologists for Israel, they'll claim that black people are always playing the victim, always calling out racist or racism about everything. It's the same thing that the Jews do when it comes to anybody criticizing what Israel, that government, is doing. Anti-Semitism. They always blame this. They always use that as a calling card. They are the permanent victim when it comes to anybody being able to criticize them for the evil stuff that they're doing. You can't be a permanent victim and you have now become the aggressor and the evil from which you always cite your victimhood when it came to the Holocaust. You are the new individual that is bringing about a Holocaust to a whole nother people. This is ridiculous. It has to stop. Allow us to go back in and see what these individuals have to say for themselves. Allow us to bring him right back up. And we're going to listen to his propaganda for a little bit.
The staff of the network Al Jazeera is mourning the loss of colleagues killed in an Israeli airstrike. The Israeli military says it deliberately targeted journalist Anas al-Sharif, accusing him of leading a Hamas cell. The director of the Al-Shifa hospital says al-Sharif was in a tent marked with a press sign at the time of the attack. In all, 7 people were killed, including at least 3 other Al Jazeera journalists.
And this is the type of thing that you are allowing these individuals to get away with. Those of you who support it, they're killing journalists. They don't want the truth to come out. They are evil. This IDF, this Netanyahu government is pure evil, and there's no way around it. They've killed probably hundreds of journalists since that war has begun. They've killed over 50,000 Palestinians, probably much more. Many of them men, women, and children. They have starved over, I think, 100 and something individuals have died of starvation, and many more on the brink of dying from starvation. And they want to blame everything on Hamas. Hamas has its accountability for whatever it is that it is doing in order to allow its people to get slaughtered. But Israel has its accountability for doing the slaughter, and America has its accountability for funding that slaughter. They could not do it without the backing of American tax dollars. And this is why we must stop funding Israel. These individuals, they want war, they love war, they want ethnic cleansing. They are not a benefit to America. Israel has done nothing that benefits America. And then you have these crazy Christians thinking that the Christ is going to come back, want Israel to be in all these wars and all this stuff. Like, this is a fatalistic type of belief system. And this is why religion is a pure joke. All these individuals, all this death is being done on the watch of those man-made religions that say that there's somebody in the sky looking down and allowing these things to happen, waiting to come back because Israel has to do this. This is from the dispensationalist Christian views. These individuals are sick. The Christians who believe that foolishness, and for sure, these individuals carrying out all this death and destruction in the name of their religion, in the name of their God, in the name of being chosen people. how childish and how partial is the God that supposedly made up and created everyone and everything on the planet to choose a particular people. You created us all. Why would you choose a particular people? You know what type of people that you created. It makes no sense. Again, this is why man-made religion has no place in my periphery, even though I know the religions. I've studied those religions and I know that they are man-made. So again, we'll jump on out of here. At the end of the day, we give Trump an F- on Israel. We give Trump an F- on the Epstein's file. We give Trump a B+ on trying to get these individuals out of the country who are in the country illegal. We give them a B+ on locking down the border. We give them a for trying to onshore jobs in order to start to build up the American economy from the inside, because if we keep outsourcing that money and those jobs and that material and everything that we need for our own security, then in the end, people will come in and be able to destroy America. And you don't want that, even though you and I may have a difference of agreements when it comes to certain things that are going on within this government and has went on. I am America First. I have a big issue with both the Democrat and the Republican Party. But at the end of the day, I know that if any country comes and is successful in taking over, it's going to be a worse day for the average America, even in that sense. This is why we must hold these individuals accountable for what it is that they're doing. These politicians, these individuals have to be held accountable. We're sending you peace and love. Hopefully you like the commentary. Hopefully you like the video. Please like and subscribe. I'm up for any type of debate on the merits and in good spirit. Have a beautiful day. Sending you peace and always love. Peace.